Coming right up, the Celtics taking on... Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA with league-wide focus doors on size at every position. Are we seeing the demise of the traditional point guard?
So, Kevin, the first point you make is absolutely valid. Even 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", we're seeing point guards of that size. And not only are they exceptional passers, they like to score it. So that's first and foremost. But what I believe ultimately is, if you are 6'3" and under and you still bring a special amount of skill, there's going to be a place for you.
Well, not too long ago, MP has been very outspoken about them needing to win on the road. He feels like that's the ultimate test of this team. That if they can do that, they can pretty much do anything.
Well, and so far, MP is getting his wish. These guys have been nothing short of spectacular away from home. Every arena they walk into, they're the villain, and they seem to have embraced that. We'll test that theory again here tonight.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. We've got Brown, and it's Landale in at the center, locking down the middle. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, following the miss by MP. Down low. Landale grabs the miss.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Here's Pritchard. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist.
Nice pass by MP, showing how unselfish he can be.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks. Mark Daigneault and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Now, we talked about the difficulty of trying to contain a player like Jaylen Brown. Coach said we can't let him gain confidence and feel like he can do whatever he wants. That's when you get into trouble. Now it's up to the players to make sure this doesn't happen. Guys?
Thanks, David. Offensive rebound. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And boy, this really doesn't look good. That's just the way it happened.
Boy, it's got to be so frustrating for him. As hard as he has worked, doing everything he can to help his team, just heartbreaking.
Jamison is checked in for Jalen Williams. Here's Holmgren. His last outing with 20 points. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
The Thunder have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. On the wing, Wallace. 9-point game his last outing. Holmgren sets the screen for Wallace. Gets a very good look and converts.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's MP following the score by Oklahoma City. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Well, being able to finish through contact, essential for MP. No one going to make it easy on the interior.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Jamison. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Landale, guarded by Jackson. Landale with the bucket.
There's the unselfishness of MP, setting up his teammates nicely.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now here's Gilgeous Alexander. Guarded closely. From down in the low post, it goes. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for Boston. And what an entertaining group this team has been this season. These guys don't just win, they win big.
Yeah, their margin of victory for the season is over 12 points a game. That means some nights they're winning by 20, 30, or more. And the key is they're doing it with consistency. These guys will not take their feet off the gas, and that's part of what makes them so fun to watch.
Now here's Jamison, following the miss by MP. Pass to Gilgeous Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Going inside. Clowney pulls it in. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. MP right side. Takes the 3. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
Well, the catch-and-shoot game is definitely in the bag of MP.
Gilgeous Alexander against MP. And the shot goes in. Gilgeous Alexander's got 12 in the game. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over. And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
MP getting it done for Boston. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Cason Wallace comes in for Jackson Hayes. And Gilgeous Alexander is subbed in for Jamison. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Drills it from outside.
Gotta contest MP from out there. He is more than capable from 3.
We've got Gilgeous Alexander. He's out there with Topic. Chet Holmgren out there with Cason Wallace. And it's Patterson in at the power forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Boston's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. And we talk about Derek White. Doris, how impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, MP in the last time out against Portland was tremendous. He scored 45 points, and so much of that damage he does is from long range. He really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Gilgeous Alexander kicks to Patterson. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Topic. The Thunder with another miss.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Now, this is what we want from MP. Night after night, an energetic performance on the offensive end.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Isaiah Jackson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And then for Boston. Clowney's checked in, and it's Pritchard in for White. They get it back. Shot's good by Topic.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. MP and the dunk by MP.
That's exactly what you want to see from MP at this stage of his career. Get to the rim and leave no doubt.
Gilgeous Alexander looking around. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
On the wing, MP. The shot's good. Brown making the play. MP's got the lead up to 9 now for the Celtics.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
And so it's the Boston Celtics ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we've got more.
This thing has been about as one-sided as Shaq against Kenny in a three-point contest.
Or better yet, Shaq versus Kenny in the dunk contest.
All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Thunder. That is more than enough.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. They've got MP, and it's Pritchard in at the point. Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball currently, isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
Boston leading by 8. 11 feet away. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the inside. And the dunk by Holmgren.
It's not easy to stop Chet Holmgren on the jam. His size lets him play right at the rim.
Here's MP. The Thunder pull it in.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Here's Wallace. It's hauled in by Brown. Boston's gone 6 of 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside. The 3 from MP. Drills the three-pointer. MP's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Now, there's already an understanding by MP that corner 3 is one of the more important shots in basketball.
You know, many see Brown as a scorer, but Doris, he's put more of an emphasis on his defense in recent seasons.
You're exactly right, Kevin. He's taken tremendous pride in asking his coaches to put him on the best offensive player. When he's the point of attack defensively, look out. He can give a lot of headaches to ball handlers.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Daigneault said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. He paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin, he certainly will.
I agree. You know, David, he is fearless. Wallace outside. Pass to Holmgren. 4 on the clock. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Thunder. They're still struggling, trying to string something together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough.
And when I look at Oklahoma City,
They've gotten off to the kind of start teams just dread. They've already dug a nice hole for themselves.
They do have the talent necessary to get it turned around quickly. They won't want to wait too much longer to do it, but they can still make it a productive season.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go. Thunder trailing by 4. Topic is out there with Cason Wallace. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Papadopoulos in at center. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. It's good from long range. Holmgren's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Oklahoma City. Here's MP. Thunder with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Pass to Holmgren to take the lead. The rebound by the Celtics. Bouknight's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's MP. Using his athleticism, MP with the play.
Guys, it is clear MP is feeling it, and the best way to keep that rolling is keep giving him the basketball.
Wallace against MP to tie it up. Wallace misses. Celtics leading by 3. And here's MP for 3. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And it's out of bounds, and last touch by Holmgren. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's MP. And no good, trying to use the glass.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Wallace misses.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
And it goes down 2 points.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
To the paint. The jump hook. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Gilgeous-Alexander.
We all know that SGA is very capable of averaging 30 for a season. Tonight's exploit should come as no surprise.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Wallace. It's good. This game is all even.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. Here's MP. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Oh, that's a big-time rejection from Chet Holmgren, making his defensive presence felt.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
The other thing that jumps out about their performance tonight, the amount of steals really pressuring those ball handlers.
And that one's good. MP.
Absolutely fearless by MP. What a huge bucket.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Mark Daigneault talking to his team during the break. Now it's a close one, so Coach asked his team to keep their focus. He said this game's going to come down to mistakes. If we play clean, we'll win. Great game tonight. Let's see how it winds up. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And that one, good. And now it's a 3-point Celtic lead.
Oh, Jaylen Brown with the big shot, proving hard work pays off.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And here's MP for 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
You don't want to give MP room from that corner.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. To stop the run. Rebounded by the Celtics. Landale's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Brown. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 4 assists now tonight.
really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Pass to Clowney. To the middle. Here's MP. MP gets it to drop right over the defense.
Ooh, MP staying focused despite the tight contest.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defense right on him.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Second personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Line for 2.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
First team foul.
41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's MP for 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that. Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, by virtue of skill and temperament, so ready to deliver in these moments.
And that's an intentional foul.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
2 shots.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Here's Wallace. Misses in close. And they go to the intentional foul.
Wallace. Third personal foul. 13 foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
At the line for 2.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Wallace finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by the Celtics. They've led by as many as 11 points, and so they foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Here's Jamison. Knocks down the trifecta.
Well, you see SGA and the strides he's making as a playmaker. This guy is so good, on point with his reads.
Fourth personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
At the line for the Celtics. Peyton Pritchard.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. Puts up a 3. No good on that one. So it's the Celtics picking up the win. They seem to relish